Hello, we are Adventura, and today we are going to be checking out some more Love Bites. We're actually going to be checking out the first music video from that we've ever watched. The two that we have reacted to in the past were live, which were awesome, but yeah, definitely intrigued to see how the music video gets presented and just kind of, we've reacted to a lot of Bandmate in the past, and you kind of get a little bit more personality, and sometimes with the music videos. So curious to see if that's the case here. Also, just want to note that we have a poll up on our community tab about what we are going to react to next. So if you are interested in that, you can go check that out. And I think if you subscribe, you'll get notified when those things go up. We're trying to post a little bit more often just because we're having a lot more suggestions, just trying to narrow those down a little bit. So check it out. Do the whole YouTube thing, the subscribe, like, I don't really know how that works. Do the thing. Push that button. And no, don't push that button. Don't do it. Push that one. And not that one, that one. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just told them to do some terrible things. I'm so sorry.
Oh dear.
Are you ready to jump into the video?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it.
Run!
Kind of an old-timey sepia tone going on.
Yeah, we do. Good finger. Well,
There's a lot to
that
dissect there.
that is the first thing I gotta say is that makes me so happy because that one thing we don't talk about here very much is one of my other favorite things in the world, which is fantasy. You know
Mhm.
this,
Yeah.
so I absolutely loved the fantasy imagery, which they're not the
Yeah.
first to do, and it won't be the last.
No.
But I don't care. I just love it when it's done, and they
Yeah.
did it so well.
And this is the
They did
first
it
we've seen
so
of
well.
Love Bites doing it for sure. I
That's,
mean,
I mean,
everything else we've seen has been live. So I wonder if this is
yeah.
more. I mean, to be fair,
Ooh, that's a
even
good point.
lyrically, I mean, Soldiers Standing Solitarily, not as much, but Holy War had that like
That's
big
true.
fantasy feel to it. So I do wonder if this is actually like a relatively
Maybe
common
that
thing
that
for
might
them.
be.
It could
That
be.
makes me super excited.
So, but I
I'm here for
loved,
that.
yeah, I just love, this is such a good song. I mean, it's has so
Yeah,
much power, so much like oomph behind so much of what they're doing. And I love the imagery. Like the imagery is really what actually sucked me in on
that
this
sucked me in
one.
first. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, with the glass breaking and the
Hmm.
swords and I'm gonna call it the darkness
Yeah.
that was flying
It had
around and
the evil
everything.
all around. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think I'm correct in
fantastic.
saying, I think, you kind of had the hooded figures versus the very bright, glowing figures. I'm gonna say the hooded dark figures were evil and the
I
bright
was
light were
I kind of got distracted on analyzing this portion of it, but it seemed to me like the darkened hooded figures were at least at first in the mirror,
yes. So
right?
actually it's interesting. I'm not sure. I'm really confused because like I had different notes because I was like, is that a mirror or is it a picture frame? Because either way, by the end, the story is our main character breaks through it, right?
Yeah,
And so it has effectively
whichever it is.
escaped. Yeah. And even you mentioned that the sword is still there. It's like, oh, she left the sword. It's almost like she left the sword behind for the next person.
Ooh,
Is kind because it almost like because it even goes like rewind, rewind, and then the kind of thing. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like it's
yeah,
kind of this cycle of having to fight against evil and overcome evil and that kind of thing. That's kind of
yeah.
my takeaway of the visuals from this one.
I like
So
it. I
yeah,
like it. It works
it
until
worked. It was really cool.
one of our wonderful viewers proves us wrong.
Yes,
Tells us what it actually means.
which is always appreciated. I love
Do
getting
it.
the I mean, obviously we do not have any of the historical knowledge to any of this stuff. So
We do
anytime someone's
not.
like, this
So
is actually what it's about, I'm always super
I'm
down
here
for
for
that.
it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and of course, as we all know, it has one of multiple things I love, but one of my absolute favorite things that bands do when there's two guitarists is like the battle back
Yes.
and forth. I think the first time I ever heard a band do that was Dragon Force in
Hmm.
the Through Fire and Flames. And I'm serious, from that
Yeah.
moment, I was like, all my songs need that in its period.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously that would get boring eventually, but in
Would it
every
though?
song.
I mean, yes,
I mean,
it
not for
probably would, but
for you, it would be really fast. For me, I think I'd last longer, but I don't want it in every song
yeah,
necessarily.
that's fair. Oh,
But
but
oh,
yeah, and
it was
it's just
incredible.
such an awesome like power rock. I mean, just the call to
Oh,
rise. Yeah,
I'm gonna be driving with windows down and yelling Judgment Day
yes.
tomorrow,
This is
going to work.
Judgment Day. I'm not gonna do that for the sake of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that here. I'm gonna do that in my car by
Yes.
myself where no one's watching me.
Yes.
Uh,
Also, I wanted to shout out one of my favorite visuals too. It was like you had like I think basically each I don't think this is too crazy to say. Each member of the band had like a person they were in the fantasy world, right? Like one of the guitarists was one of the hooded figures.
yeah,
It seems to me that our main character was our lead singer, and when the main character lifts up the sword and it transitions over to our lead singer raising a fist, I was like, oh, this is super cool. So I
yes,
love
yeah,
that.
that was
But yeah,
awesome.
anything else
Yep.
for now?
I don't. I'm excited to see what everybody has us listen to next. That
Absolutely. So
was incredible.
with that said, again, if you want to help us decide that, it's in the community tab. Go check that out. Help us figure out what we're doing next. Now, we're gonna pose this as our last question. Is there any other like fantasy based songs from Love Bites, like music video or just lyrically? Because I think that's something that'd be really fun to
They're
dive
gonna all
into,
say they're all fantasy.
which is a distinct possibility,
It
and
is.
I'm down for it. You have to give one suggestion though. Don't.
Don't say all.
I mean, you can give multiple suggestions. You can't just say all of the above. D is not an option. So, but yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, we'll talk to y'all later.
Later.